New bituminous surfaces are normally constructed without sealable joints. As pavements age, they get brittle and cracks occur. Cracks are also caused by movement in the pavement structure. This movement may be caused by expansion and contraction of the base course or by freezing and thawing of the subgrade. Open cracks allow water to enter the pavement structure. Water in the pavement then leads to base failure, potholes, and eventually complete pavement failure. Roads with cracks wider than 1/4 inch should be scheduled for crack sealing to prevent the infiltration of water. This program will cover the 5 basic elements of bituminous surface crack sealing on either a rigid or a flexible base. The elements are materials, equipment, preparation, sealing, safety. Now we'll take a closer look at each element of crack sealing, starting with materials. Today, there are a variety of materials available for crack sealing. They range from straight asphalt cements to bituminous emulsions and combinations of asphalt cement and additives such as powdered devulcanized rubber or synthetic fibers. The only acceptable crack sealing materials are AC with rubber or fibers. Regardless of which material is used, the maximum heating and application temperature ranges are critical. Manufacturers' recommended temperatures must be adhered to. Crack cleaning and sealing involves specialized equipment: an air compressor to clean the cracks, a heating kettle with a pump, wand, and thermostat and agitator, and sufficient equipment to transport the compressor and heating kettle. A hot lance may also be required. Compressed air is used to clean cracks. The air pressure should not exceed 30 pounds per square inch. The hot lance is an effective tool that uses compressed air that is heated to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit to dry damp cracks and warm cold pavements in addition to removing dirt and debris. Improper use may damage the pavement. The third piece of equipment is the heating kettle. There are 2 basic type kettles. They are the indirect heating type or double boiler, where heat is applied to an oil bath, which in turn transfers the heat to the sealant, and the direct heating type, where flame is applied directly to the heating chamber. You must be sure that the kettle being used is the proper one for the material being used. Each kettle should have a dipstick for measuring the amount of sealant in the kettle. Most kettles are equipped with an agitator to keep the sealant well mixed and a hydraulic pump that permits the application of the sealant through a wand. The kettles must have an agitator when an additive is used. Most units have a system to clean out the hose and pump. It is very important that the system be used at the end of the day. The clean-out operation should be done in an area where it will not be tracked, create an eyesore, or pollute the environment. Proper preparation is necessary for a successful sealing operation. Sealants will not bond to a dirty, damp, or cold surface. Compressed air is the most effective method of cleaning cracks prior to sealing. Crack sealing should not be done in less than 24 hours after a rain or if there is moisture in the crack. If the pavement temperature is less than 40 degrees Fahrenheit, consider the use of a hot lance. The hot lance is also used for drying damp, not wet cracks. The use of a hot lance will extend the crack sealing season into cooler weather. The final step in preparation is to determine the amount of sealant in the kettle before starting, after filling to determine the amount of additive required, and after the addition of the additive. This is done using a dipstick calibrated for the kettle being used. Another reading will be required at the end of the day to determine the day's production. When an additive is used, the proper amount must be determined from the amount of asphalt cement added. Sealing begins when the cracks are clean and dry. Make sure the sealant is at the specified application temperature and is well mixed, especially if fibers or rubber are added. The preferred method of sealing is with a wand. Pour pots are used with Prismo Seal and with some of our older kettles. The wand should be drawn along the crack at an even pace that will fill the crack uniformly and leave sufficient material to be squeegeed over the adjacent surface. The sealant is immediately squeegeed to ensure that the sealant will penetrate the crack and seal any adjacent hairline cracks. A special wand head is used with fibers and a squeegee is not needed. When pour pots are used, care must be taken to apply enough sealant to fill the crack without leaving excess material on the surface if it is not to be squeegeed. Safety is an important part of crack sealing operation. It starts with traffic control. Traffic control must be in accordance with Publication 203. Crack sealing involves two major hazards: using very hot material and working near moving traffic. Personal protection equipment must be used at all times when working around the hot sealant. That means gloves, long-sleeve shirts, and safety glasses must be worn by the person using the wand or charging the kettle with asphalt cement or an additive. The person using a blow tube or hot lance, as well as those working nearby, must wear safety glasses. We have just been through the steps necessary to achieve a successful crack sealing operation. The important things to remember are: cracks must be clean and dry, the proper material must be used at the correct temperature, necessary safety precautions must be taken.